And we're live, and nothing got skewed on the transition. Bravo, OBS, we're doing it. Twitch millions. All right, everybody. Well, welcome back to the epicenter of the multiverse, which of course I'm quite familiar with as the Church Ward Naked and Walking on Me Laughing and Live Out here at the epicenter of the multiverse. So we don't want to bowl too much time. Risk boring my dear players. Let's do a recap. It's been a bit. When last we left off, if I remember correctly, Jimmy was in jail. Kong was limping away from a fight with a cranky secretary and an even crankier mage. And everyone else, I believe, was in a pub with crossbows aimed at them, surrounded by dustmen and undead waiters. Anybody want to fill in any gaps there?
It sounds fair.
All is as it should be. I'm not sure if we ever established where Zill was, though.
I think Zill had hung back at the library.
With/at.
With/at the library.
That is indeed what happened with Zill.
Master Miss, would you care to fill in any gaps I may have missed in my very brief rendition of previous session?
I think you got everything relevant to the current situation.
All right. Well, for Zill's sake, everybody remembers why Jimmy was in jail?
He had been accused of murder.
But who?
Murder most foul.
Who had he murdered, supposedly?
It doesn't matter. I'll be breaking
everybody's favorite public defender.
He was accused by the crest of the Mercy Killers for killing the lawyer.
Sly Nye.
Sly Nye.
He didn't do it!
Yeah.
Sly Nye, the lawyer guy.
No, you did not make that joke.
I did. It's been on the tip of my tongue since the name first rolled out.
We were just waiting for it to be unfurled. Yes.
Yup.
All right, and Draken was following someone. Does everyone remember why? He had a spell on him.
Because a group had actually shot Jimmy with a poisoned bolt, I believe. Mm-hmm. And I had tagged one that I believed caused it when they fled out, tracking them back to the pub filled with dustmen, one of which is one of the gentlemen pointing crossbows. So it looks like it was the dustmen who shot Jimmy. Now we are about to have a friendly conversation with a group of people pointing at crossbows at me, Freya, Nil.
All right, that sounds accurate. Anybody have any concerns or questions before we dive back in?
I'm sure Jimmy has many concerns.
We just probably more than anyone else.
Can I ask how the lighting is in this place?
Very dim.
Good. All right.
Did you make a map for me?
Of this room?
Of the pub, so I know what happens if things go bad.
No, I don't have a direct one, but I will tell you this. This particular, you're in the upstairs, if you remember correctly. The upstairs is basically a 40 by 50 foot room. There are 6 basic wooden tables surrounded by chairs with hooded candles, 1 per table. Beyond that, there is a small bar with a ghoul behind it upstairs. Very limited stock of a few casks behind him and not much else.
Alrighty. So you want to start with somebody else just to keep the tension going?
If you'd prefer it. I tell you what, since he was very quiet for the last batch, Zill, would you like to add, say, type, or otherwise anything in particular?
So you said that I went back to the library.
Yeah, you were kind of hanging back.
Oh, hanging back. Oh, yeah, I forgot the libraries. Yeah. What if I was hanging back? I was already on the way, if I recall, 2 sessions ago, with them to said establishment. So, would I have heard anything? Because if so, I probably would have, scouted out a bit after the commotion, if there was one.
To give you an
Yeah.
even longer form recap, you went with us to the brothel. We arrived, we began investigating the murder that we were basically called for, theft/murder of a mechanical heart. And we were very nearly witness to another one. We managed to prevent it at the last moment. Somebody tried to kill yet another girl working at the establishment.
Mhm.
Jimmy spotted a particular gentleman, Sly Nye, a well-known lawyer, running out of the brothel with a kind of suspicious look on his face. We then retreated to the office, and the next morning, who turns up but Sly Nye with a knife through his chest, sitting on the front stoop. You would be aware that Jimmy has been arrested by the Mercy Killers for this particular crime that he definitely did not commit, and that the last thing you saw him do before he leave was get me a lawyer.
Oh, yeah.
And that's where we split the party.
Yes.
Which is always a good idea.
It's a great
4
idea.
ways.
We followed him until he got actually taken into jail and got attacked, and then left Jimmy alone after he was been poisoned.
Yeah, poor Jimmy.
All right.
Them's the breaks.
So right now we need to. You guys were going into the jailhouse, right? Like the courthouse.
Well, the main bulk of the party was tailing the guy that they thought shot Jimmy. So Nil, Draken, Freya are together. You're still limping back from your encounter
Right.
with Harris Hatches.
That jerk.
Yeah, he slapped you around a little bit, not gonna lie.
Don't worry. I left him a present in his private restroom.
I'm sure you did. So, you're alone, they're together, Jimmy's alone, and Zill is technically, well, as alone as Zill ever gets.
Which is not very.
So, Zill, obviously you're aware of what's going on, especially you being in the know as you usually are. In fact, your special friend, I'm sure, has made a very poignant point of saying, "Oh, look, your friends have gone and got themselves in trouble again. Why am I not surprised? Here we go again. You're going to leave me to run off and go deal with this, aren't you?"
You'll always be on my side.
On your side? I better be your only side.
Oh dear. Well, I'm going to probably. I would know that where they split up to go, so I'd probably go to where most of the group went.
All right. So you're heading to the bar.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you're heading to the bar. We'll say you're making your way there for the time being. Kong, where were you headed after your encounter? Were you headed home or?
Yeah, I was gonna head home since my street urchins didn't really pan out to have much information other than Sarah Soxys or whatever his name's is.
Sorry, Soxies. That works. All right, so I'm going to say that as you're coming in, Zill is just exiting the door. So you guys are bumping into each other at the doorway.
Have I met Zill before?
Yeah. Yeah, Zill is Jimmy's landlord, basically.
Hi, Zill.
Hi.
I swear, Jimmy said he was going to pay the bill soon.
He better. Or I
Ooh.
don't think I can stop my friend.
Oh, who's your friend?
Oh, someone very special. You know, landlords have landlords of landlords. Something like that. Don't go in the
Who's your-
basement.
What's in the basement?
Books. Lots of books.
Ooh. What are the books about?
If you can think of it, it's probably down there.
Ooh. Is there a manual on how to make a friend for Chucky?
Probably.
And I hold up my little doll.
I guess I'd be familiar with this Chucky, right?
Yes. If anyone who's
Yes.
ever met Kong is familiar with Chucky.
I pulled the string on his back and says, I'm going to stab your eye.
But I know that Chucky's anything more than just a doll you can pull the back of the thing off.
You know, based on your life, not much surprises you anymore. You've learned to just kind of take things at face value. Well, yep,
Right.
That's probably an ancient deity trapped in the body of a doll.
I
So it
don't
happens sometimes.
think so. I don't think I could find a book on how to make whatever that is.
Did you happen to hear anything that happened with that guy, Sly Nye?
He's dead.
Yeah. Do you know who did it?
I know. I was with the group when we found him.
Oh, I wasn't there.
Wait. Church.
Yes.
Would my friend know who did it?
We'll give it a
Good morning,
chance. We'll give it a chance. That's a very
all right.
slim chance, but we'll give it a chance.
I would just imagine because my friend encompasses a certain part of the premises,
Yeah.
so they'd have to see the body being dragged in.
Depends
No,
on.
I'm really curious on who this friend is.
Depends on where her attention was focused at that moment.
True, probably at me.
Go ahead. Just give me a base investigation roll. Use your stats.
All right.
Your friend's not a pocket weasel, is it?
No, it's like Chucky, except a little bit more verbose.
All right.
What does verbose mean?
It says a lot more things than just a few lines.
So, how are you asking your friend?
Have you seen
Are you
anyone bring in that body this?
Are you
was it morning?
Are you opening the book and asking, or?
Not yet, but we'll keep the investigation roll for later when I get a chance to.
Okay.
So Zill, who are you talking to?
I'm Nope. No one. No one that you need to know about.
I kind of like lean over my shoulder and cover my mouth and go, Chucky, and they think we're weird.
You could almost swear you hear a come from somewhere.
Oh, it's someone doesn't mean much to you, but to me, they're the world
Oh,
and my library.
oh, okay. Is that the library that's in the basement that I'm not allowed to go to because there's really cool stuff down there, and I'm probably going to go down to the library, and I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble for it.
No, there's just nothing down there that you'd be interested in. They're all boring books.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna assume I noticed that Kong was wounded.
He's limping a bit.
You look a bit rougher than usual.
I know. I got sucker kicked by this goat lady with a secretary with really nerdy eyes.
Do I know who this secretary is?
She's like a
Well-
big promoter folk secretary. She tried to throw me down a hole.
But not by that description. You don't really pick anything out.
Oh, okay. Throw you down a hole. That's
Yeah, she told me to have a seat, and then I was about to sit, and it was gonna be like, "Congo down the hole." But I'm smart, and I kept myself up.
the good old hole trick.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good old hole trick.
The whole
Yeah.
trick.
So, you kind of have a lot of money, right?
That's a very personal question.
Could you help bail someone out of the negative zone jail?
Probably not.
Oh. Well, we might need an advance on our rent then.
That's already been taken care of. Don't worry about it.
The bail or the rent?
The rent, not the bail. That bail would be that would be astronomically high.
Do you have that much?
No.
Oh.
You probably have more than I do.
So since you seem to have a lot of friends, would you have any friends that happen to know how to like put a file inside of a cake?
A what inside of a cake? A file.
File.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's not. I mean, that wouldn't be hard, but I don't think they're gonna accept a cake randomly being sent to a prisoner in such a place.
Why everyone likes cake?
For some reason, I knew right off the bat that Zill was picturing himself stuffing a manila folder into a cake.
Perfect.
Folder.
in
It'd
your
have to be a really big cake. Tastes kind of papery.
Kong,
Yes.
that role was for you. As you're talking, you see a cuboid-shaped face peeking around the corner, watching the two of you intently.
Is it what I think it is?
I am. Ooh. I'm going to try and I want to try and like roll for performance to make like this big exaggerated like speech to Zill as I like try and slowly slink my way over to get a better angle to see if I can make out what this cuboid shape is.
Oh, you've seen it before.
Oh, I have.
Yes. Oh, yes. You recognize this Modron. You've seen
Modron.
him. Oh, yeah.
Where have I seen this Modron?
It's the same one that's been flopping around outside the window a few times, and Jimmy's upstairs.
Oh, I didn't know it was cuboid shaped.
Yes. It is.
Oh, he's my buddy.
Everyone's friend Elim.
His name's Elam.
Yep.
Hey, pal, and I start waving to him.
Oh boy. He immediately pops out like just boom, clang, 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 and is immediately standing over you.
Hi, pal. Do you know Zill?
Affirmative.
Zill, this is my pal.
I know of him.
He took me to a very adult place.
Oh.
It's for brainy types, though.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, big brain people. They
Nope.
didn't really want me there.
Yeah, no idea. I'm sorry, I can't recall. Even my vast information in my head has no idea what you're talking about.
I tap on the cuboid thing and it's like, hey, what was that place you took me to? What was its name? Zill would know.
Did the small simian and the librarian find the departure and deposit that I left upon the stoop?
The who? Oh, the who and the what and the where and the how?
The bag of meat.
The bag of. What?
Oh, what?
Are you talking about the one that had the knife in him?
Affirmative.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
That
Oh
sounds like a
dear.
confession.
It does.
Zill, would your friend happen to know what to do from here?
I
Because
would be
this is.
astonished, but I'm not there, so.
And this thing's a machine. It doesn't have a soul, so it can't be really guilty of anything, can it?
It has more free will than you think. This specific one.
I am ordered. I am ordered.
Ooh.
I am
You're taking orders?
I am ordered.
By
What,
whom?
like-
Upon the path, both straight and true, narrow, and though I am somewhat permitted to waver from time to time, I do not fall, nor falter, nor flub, nor flop. I am on the path.
Who gives you orders?
I take no orders from anyone. No longer am I subject to the prime.
So you're not making a lot of sense here, pal.
I-
You ordered, but you're not ordered?
I only make sense.
Chucky, do you understand what he's talking about? Chucky's oddly silent.
Can I draft up very quickly a confession? The sign here saying that you said all this.
I have only said what I have said. I have admitted to nothing and done no harm. The bag of meat was given to me
As a present?
as a warning.
Ooh. Why did someone want to give you a warning?
To give to you.
Why did somebody want to warn you to warn us?
They didn't.
What was the warning?
The bag of meat.
Who gave you the warning?
What was the warning? Don't eat meat?
The bag of meat was the warning, and the warning was the bag of meat. It is a linear path from one point to the next. Surely the logic must dictate that the answer is quite plain and simple.
So assume it's not.
I am on the path.
What would-
I am on the way. I do not make assumptions. There is only one direction.
Yes, but who gave you the
I
bag
want to
of
make a
meat?
music joke right now.
Don't go there, Harry Styles.
I'm sorry, Zill, go ahead.
That's weird. I heard some weird scene in my head. Who gave you the bag of meat to give to us as a warning? If you can tell me.
That information is my own warning, and should I dictate those terms to you, I am sacrificing my own path.
Can you show us where the bag of meat was giving to you?
Into my hands.
Holds out mechanical hands.
Clink, clink.
Can you show us where the bag of meat was given into your hands? The exact position and place.
Can
I just want to give a shout out to Maury real quick, who just tipped $10.
Thank you, Maury. Most gracious. I unfortunately cannot do this. Unless perhaps we were to talk a trade.
Ooh, what would you like to trade?
Not from you, little simian friend.
Oh, I got a bag of goodness.
I know what's in your bag of goodness.
Goodness.
No, there's a book I desire.
A book.
Yes.
What book are we talking about? I have plenty of books.
The book that graces your hands presently must now grace mine. Once that is in my possession, I shall tell all.
No.
So be it. In that case, I wish you the best of luck, though I do not believe in such things. I believe that is the correct thing to say in such a situation. Farewell on your path. May it lead only to darkness. And with that, he flies off.
I want to write down everything I was just said to me, if possible. Just so I have an account of it.
Oh,
Something about darkness.
So Mori is whispering, "I watch you all. I am proud."
aw. You're always missed, dear Maury. The whole group remembers you quite fondly.
Yes.
Maury Wickleton, pour one out.
Oh, F's in chat.
One I could not
F's in
say.
chat. F's in chat. It's alright. Almond milk is still alive and well.
And well,
well enough.
Well traveled.
Well to do.
yeah.
Chance, you're the youngest old man on the internet.
The negotiator in chief has a feeling in his jail cell that somewhere, someone has failed to get as much out of somebody as they could have.
Yes. So, with that, I'm going to switch over to Jimmy. Jimmy, you're waking up.
Oh. Huh. Haven't done that in a while. What do I see about me?
You're in a very dark cell. You are not alone. Your eyes are still adjusting from the disorientation. Not necessarily the light, the disorientation. You have a strange taste in the back of your throat, like somewhere a mix between bile and blood.
Yeah.
And you can tell that the people with you are standing around you. They're not just idling in their seats. You definitely don't feel safe.
I allow my eyes to come back into focus, and then I take a quick measure of the people standing over me.
Are you getting up off the floor, or?
Not until I've looked at them.
All right. As your senses kind of come back to you, there's two very large ones that stand out amongst the others. The other small ones are, as you get a better look, they seem to be mainly just curious, like looking at you. The two very large ones are standing over you. They're ugly as sin. You're still kind of bleary-eyed, so you don't really recognize them or anything.
Are they all clothed in the manner of prisoners?
As far as you can tell, the ugly ones are wearing berets. Large noses, snaggled teeth.
Mm-hmm. Jimmy pats his chest where he was very recently shot.
It hurts.
Could have been worse. And then he makes to stand.
As you stand, you hear a yay! There's the little dead brother. Welcome back to the land of the living.
After receiving the applause, Jimmy just like figures out the correct facing direction for it, and then takes a bow. Is this a friend of mine?
You recognize them as your eyes sharpen. Morven and Phineas are in the cell with you. The twin fencer trolls, the Bleaknicks.
Aw, boys, how'd you wind up here?
You know, what a tragic tale, my man, my brother, my friend, my soul mate. We were standing on the corner just watching things unfold when all of a sudden, wouldn't you know it, Phineas took a bag to the head. I was like, Phineas, my brother, what happened? And he's all... And so I ran, and I chased, and I tripped, and I fell, and then I had a bag on my head. And I was like... And we were both like... And next thing you know, we were here.
Oh, well, that's just such a damn shame. You know, I did try and let you get away from this one.
Oh, it's not the first time we've been in the clink.
Sadly, I can say the same for myself. And now that I've recognized at least these two, I look around to the other members of this little cell gang here.
There's a young female tiefling in the corner doing her nails with a file, a metal file. There's a dwarf and a couple humans. They're fairly nondescript. Once you got up, they kind of stopped paying attention to you. Although Morven and Phineas are all about some Jimmy.
You gotta at least talk to who you know once you're on the inside. Any bunks, any place to sit?
The tiefling's on a bench.
Is that the only one?
Yep.
Wide enough for two?
Possibly. Depends on her.
Jimmy makes his way over and he says, I hope you'll excuse me. I'm a little unsteady on my feet. I was dead for a bit. Then he makes to sit down.
Talk to me again and you'll be dead again. She goes back to filing her nails.
Spicy.
I mean, she's got decent odds of killing me with that file. I'm a little weak right now from the poison.
She looks a little twitchy. Your Jimmy senses are yangling around her.
He does a little hand sort of roll at her, like, as you will. And then he goes back over to Morven and Phineas.
Okay.
And leans up against the wall.
All right.
Bit of a shit show out there. Somebody didn't take too kindly to me. And not just the Mercy Killers.
Wow. Who'd you piss off this time, my man the mouse?
Oh, same old bunch you saw that morning, I guess. I think I saw a gray cloak out there. I didn't get to see much more than that. I had a bolt sticking out right about here. Pats his chest again. Jimmy's not above sharing information.
All right.
Oh.
Well, Jimmy, you know, my man, the mouse. Me and Phineas kind of owe you one. You know, these bars ain't much. Could probably bust you out. You want us to give them a little shake?
Jimmy looks at the cell door. Is there anything even visible on the other side of it?
It's pitch black beyond. You can hear the sounds of shuffling feet.
Jimmy thinks for a moment and he says, you know, boys, I really do appreciate that. And, you know, I'll take it under advisement. But for now, I'm gonna play my odds against the judge. I think we got a decent case on this one.
Suit yourself. All right. Give me a perception roll, Jimmy, real quick.
All right. They are.
Very nice roll, sir. Very nice. All right. So, as you're sitting there on the far end of the bench, you can hear your benchmate mumbling under her breath. She's cussing an individual under her breath. Fucking bastard, fucking Otachan, bell ringing. I hope it's ring his bell when I get out of here. Piece of shit. Just steady going, filing her nails aggressively.
Noticing this, Jimmy actually strikes up conversation with Morvind and Phineas again, speaking, I guess, loudly enough to be heard by the cell at large. He says, yeah, I gotta run down the list for this one, honestly. We got tangled up in a bad one out there. There's at least a couple of names I gotta check in on that might have tried to take me out. Can't have been Sly Nye, honestly. He was a bit gone at the time. And my client side on this one, Fall from Grace, she seems like a decent sort. But that Otachan, I never got a chance to look in on him. Me and him might have to have a little conversation.
What do you know about an Otachan, Bert? She's immediately, like, at your throat with the file.
Bell ringer? I gotta have a talk with him. I'm an investigator, and I suspect him of at least a little bit of murder.
A little bit of murder.
Just a spot, you know? Maybe 1 or 2 successful, 1 or 2 attempted. How about you?
Me? I'm none of your business. That's who I am. She goes back to filing her nails.
Well, you know, your business is your business. My business is everybody's business, though. And if you've got anything against Otachan, you know, yeah.
Oh, I'm
That's an easy
only
way to get
here
back.
because of Otachan. Gave the guy 2 years of my life. This is what I
Work
get.
for him?
This is what I get. 2 years of my damn life down the drain. Here I am in jail. What did I do? I didn't do anything, stupid bastard. It's not my fault.
Does she have that courier look about her?
No.
No, not at all.
No. She's actually dressed pretty nicely.
I say now, I may not be such an expert on these things, but you don't look too much like a courier to me.
Courier? Courier?
That's what I said, but, you know, that's who I think of when I think of Otachan.
You don't know who I am, do you?
Oh, I'm very much afraid not, but I'd love to.
I'm Noxana. Ring any bells? No. No?
You tell me.
Of course it doesn't.
You tell
ring any
me if
bells.
Jimmy knows him.
No, you don't. But at the mention of her name, both Phineas and Morven are kind of like out of the corner of your eye, going, no.
All right. Well, I spot it. I mark it. But Jimmy's a man of action, and there's only so many opportunities you're going to get in a jail cell. Let's see how he can really handle a mark.
All right. What do you
He
want
says,
to do?
Ma'am, you know, I don't think I've really had the pleasure of your acquaintance, nor have I run in any of the circles you do. I'm only passingly familiar with Otachan.
So you've never heard of Noshtaroth? You've never heard of the Temple of the Abyss?
Okay, so now we're getting into territory where Jimmy probably has.
The name rings a bell.
Shall I
Nostraroth
make
of the
you roll for it?
No, you've heard of Nostraroth of the umbrals of the Umber Scales. Nostraroth of the Umber Scales.
Mm.
He's literally like the head of the Temple of the Abyss.
Yeah, I was thinking Jimmy might have heard of them.
Yeah, kind of a big deal.
Just a little, just a little. So Jimmy, he responds in the affirmative. He says, "Oh yes, I've seen."
Well, let's just
I've
say
seen the
that
worshippers.
Daddy didn't take very kindly to me slumming it with the likes of Otachan. Now, Otachan can't get the bells out of his head, and I'm stuck here until I learn my lesson.
Okay. So that's great.
Great.
No. That was me to you, Church.
Oh, sorry. She was about
Jimmy
to go
was
full,
not saying that's great.
She was about to go full Paris Hilton on you.
All right, but help me out. We just heard it, and I didn't write it down, and this beer is very strong. What was her name?
Oh, her name is Noxana.
Noxana, perfect.
Noxana the Unwilling, if you want to be specific.
All right. So now Jimmy's getting into some information that he actually does have. So he says, "No. That's what cursed Otachan?"
Yeah, Daddy wasn't happy.
Oh, well, that kind of gives you an idea of the circles you run in and the circles I run in. If you're slumming it with Otachan, he's a little bit above my league. So, credit to you on that one.
Well, that being said, I've already spoken to you more than you deserve. I'm tired of dealing with the rabble.
Oh, come now. I'm not quite the rabble. Trust me, it keeps going down quite a ways. Why, I'm one of the only escapees from a recently dead plane.
You know,
That's got to count for something.
the last guy my daddy was pissed at got cursed with the bells of Baphomet. Eternally. You sure you want to go there? Mouth.
Biggest Jimmy smile. Biggest Jimmy smile. And he says, "Noxana, you seem like the sharp type. Have you seen me breathe?"
Bum, bum, bum.
Kind of looks you up and down. Give me an intimidation roll. Let's see if you make your point.
There you go.
It's enough to give her pause. She kind of pauses. You can see the effect sink in, but then she kind of just kind of turns away from you and goes back to filing her nails.
I know a thing or two about curses. They ain't so bad.
She's intentionally trying to ignore you now.
Jimmy can wait. He probably is gearing up to be in here for a minute or two. And he knows it takes a little time to work a mark, and that sometimes you got to let their own curiosity hook them.
All right. That'll work.
People get bored in jail, man. They start talking.
Oh, yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see. In the meantime, let's swap over to our friends who have crossbows currently trained on them.
Yes.
Draken, Freya, and Nil.
The suspense.
Fun. Alrighty. I love how everyone is cringing and I'm just smiling from ear to ear. I'm looking forward to this. All right.
I believe you still have my guidance on me.
Yes.
My guidance on you, by the way, so you know.
You do.
that-
That was the last thing you did was place your hand on the small of his back and cast guidance.
See,
Can I do something that was previously discussed before this?
Yeah, you want to go
Yeah.
dark and try to.
Yep.
Let's get your stealth roll in.
Alright. Oh, that can't be right. Is it really a +1? Oh. That's the wrong character sheet for that. Wow. Oh. Did I trip over a chair? Wow.
So you try to duck into a shadow and then turn and literally like knock into the edge of a table and knock over like 3 drinks.
Whoops.
Everybody's literally like staring at you right now.
Oh, come on. Boo. Boo my stats. Boo them.
alrighty.
Alright. That was an attempt. And an attempt was made. Rip.
So, look at all the crossbows pointed at me.
All right, you're looking at the crossbows.
I look at them and I'm like, see, here, coming to this great establishment, have a nice conversation, despite the fact that you more than likely shot what is I personally consider my best friend, Jimmy. Yet I still come in here peacefully to have a nice conversation. Yet you pull the crossbows on me. So you tell you what, guys, put the crossbows down. Now it's on me. Let's just sit and talk. I'd like to hear your story.
All right. Let's try a persuasion roll.
Right. See, and I will use guidance on it. Does guidance need to be acknowledged after I roll or before I roll? Or like before the announcement of...
Do you say you're using it?
Well, I'm trying to figure out when I need to. Is it one of those things where I roll, but before it takes effect, I can decide if I use guidance, or do I need to say it before I'm rolling?
I'm not particular. Either or.
Alrighty, well, let's see what happens. I...
Dang.
I'm not even gonna bother,
Damn.
but it's alright. I am ready for this.
All
I
right.
have 6 different plans, and Plan A was talking. Plan B is not nearly as talkative, so...
All right.
Let's wait and see how they react first.
Yes,
That's a critical
it is.
failure, although it's a skill check, but still. You hear the door that you came up through, the stairs that lead up to the 2nd floor, slam behind you. There's 2 more people that just filtered up and slit the door. Your exit is now cut off. You're surrounded.
Great.
They're waiting on you to do something.
I walk over and one of the tables, and I sit down.
All right.
Now, I appreciate you shutting the door, because I'm sure should be a private conversation. But how am I supposed to buy us drinks with that shut? If I put gold out, will they just come up here? I'm not really sure. I'll be honest, guys. I haven't been here before. It might be a surprise to you. I'm pretty well-rounded. I just put gold out. Do they come up? Exactly how does it work?
All right. So one of them steps forward and pulls back his hood, revealing a very pale, thin face, gaunt cheeks, and spots of hair missing and clumps out of his head. He says, "The way this works, Lizard Man, is this. You put all your gold on the table, put your weapons on the floor, and then all of you can walk out of here, as long as you promise to never come back. If you don't, meat's on the menu."
Well, sir, that is an interesting offer. Would you care to have a seat? Name is Draken Flametongue. What would your name be, sir? I'd like to put a name to your face.
This is not good.
He's just shakes his head at you.
Alright. Now, like your offer, I'm willing to do it. I do have one question. Why did you shoot my friend?
Who's your friend?
Jimmy. Answer my question simply. I'll be happy to, along with your nice counter proposal.
Put your money on the table and your belongings on the floor, and I'll answer it.
You know what? Go with my gold. Belongings. I'll give you my weapons. I have no problem with that. I'll even give you my gold.
Less talking and more doing.
Yeah, the thing is, sir, I think we're trying to form a bridge of trust here. And gesture of trust with you. And I am gonna put gold as I have. Give me a moment. I'm actually gonna put gold on the table.
Okay. How
But-
much gold are you putting on the table?
I'm figuring out how much I have. You know what? I'll no problem. I'll put all my gold on the table.
Are you putting your weapons on the floor
It
too?
is. Oh, not yet.
Not yet.
Because I'd like to talk to him. Now, if he's willing to talk to me, I will put my weapons on the floor. Sir?
Okay.
I would very much like, as a show of goodwill, here's my gold. Answer my question, though. Like I said, I'm willing to work with you. I understand that this is your establishment.
You don't understand anything because you're still trying to talk your way out of this. He nods at one of the gentlemen that came in the back. No. Make a strength save for me, please.
No! No!
I then have an action after this.
No!
And
No!
actually, Church,
No!
Yes.
is it a
How's your
spell?
strength score looking?
What's that?
Is it a spell?
No, he's making a grab for her.
Okay.
Get me out of here. Okay. Let's see. What do I have that I can do here? Let's see here. Ooh. No. No. All right. Hey, can I, instead of trying to grapple with this individual. Can I just burst into flames and let them grab me?
Well, if he's making the grab for you first. If he does grab you, you can do that.
Because detonation is a bonus action. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah. Make the opposed roll first. It'll be more effective. Yeah.
I imagine it's a surprise grapple, so.
Oh yeah.
This is not good. This is not good. This is not good. We might get a negative number here, people. I rolled a 7 earlier. This is gonna be bad. Oh, it's a 2. Oh,
Beautiful.
Wow. All you had to do was beat a 5 too. That's the funny thing. So,
wow.
so he manages to. The guy just like puts an arm around you and actually puts his crossbow up to your head. He's holding you.
Get me out of here. 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 Get me out of here.
And the talkative gentleman with the patchy hair looks at Draken with a side-cocked smile and says, "Now, let's go ahead and complete our transaction, shall we?"
Fireball.
Get me out of here.
Dawn.
Get me out of
I
here.
pay in fireballs.
You get a fireball, and you get a fireball, and you get a fireball.
All right. What's your casting time on Fireball?
You know what? I'm gonna burn 2 sorcery points. It's a bonus action.
Oh, he's scorching. All right. So, what is your area of effect? What is your area of effect on Fireball?
Fireball is. I asked how big the room was.
Mm-hmm.
Is a 20-foot.
Get me out of here.
20 foot.
Yes, my area is a 20-foot radius. Radius. 20-foot radius.
So,
So I'm aiming at the
40
farther
foot.
wall to stay us away from us.
40-foot diameter.
If I have to put myself in it, I am fine with that.
Okay. It's a 40 by 50-foot room. Fireball will expand to fill the confines of whatever building or room it's in. So you're going to catch a large portion of the room.
Like I said, I assume I'm going to get myself.
But you know what? Go ahead. Let's get your rolls. This is your course of action. It sounds very Draken.
It is. Give me a moment. I have to.
Here, let me get.
Freya watches him begin to cast, and she's sweating.
Okay.
You know what?
That might be for the best.
Yeah.
Oh no, Draken's pissed. Draken's. Hate to say this, guys, but Draken wants to burn everything at the moment.
We're burning things? Oh.
The burning.
Yes,
It
yes,
begins.
we are.
Oh, we're
So-
burning things. Oh.
All right.
Let's see, I'm at 27 hit points right now after taking that fireball damage.
Did you roll your save?
Oh no.
I'm also going to burn a point and re-roll 3 1s and the 2.
Oh Lord.
Careful.
Okay.
Yeah, Draken isn't thinking; he's just burning everything.
All right, go for it.
Okay, now 26.
All
You'll
right.
be fine.
Yeah,
Hey.
that's half damage for Freya.
Alrighty, so I lost 1, 2, 3,
Not a moment
4,
too
5, and I gave 18.
So add 13.
Yeah, so it'll be
38.
38.
38. Half for
Mhm.
saved.
For saved.
All right.
Let me see. I think I have a thing for that.
Do you have a bonus for saves against fire?
Alright,
Yeah.
actually,
If I recall correctly, there's a reaction that I can use to become immune to that. If
All right.
I'm
Well,
add 5 more to that.
not really
add
sure.
5 more to that.
From my elemental affinity fire for being a golden dragon a golden dragon based sorcerer.
Okay. So add 2 points to your damage there, Frey. And so Draken, you're caught in your own fireball with this one.
Yes, I am rolling my save right now.
Okay.
So I take half damage.
Mhm.
It was 38, 43. So that means 22. So I take 11 points of damage from the fire resistance.
All right.
Oh, there it is. I found it.
All right. What's your ability?
Okay, starting at 3rd level when a creature's resistance. That's not me. Okay.
All right. So give me a dex save.
Oh, this is just terrific. I thought I had a thing for this, but apparently. There's supposed to be a thing where you can spend a point and gain resistance. It's not a focus. Can't be a focus. Oh, I know I have this. That's in my notes. Where?
Is it a reaction?
It is. I don't know where I put it though. And there's 28 pages in this thing, so I'm dying. So I'm dying.
That is a lot. Well, here, I'll tell you what, just to start with, go ahead and just give me a dex save to start with.
Sorry, I don't.
That's all right. That's all right.
Nomadic Mind gives me a proficiency for any skill or tool. Can I give myself proficiency for this dex save?
No, this wouldn't be a proficient thing.
Okay. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, that's bad. Ooh, it's a 14.
What's
Ooh,
your DC, Draken?
ooh.
Yeah, it's gonna be higher than that.
Okay.
Wow.
Right now it's a 16.
Okay.
Mm.
So, Nil, how many hit
Mm.
points do we have here? What are we talking? Let's have a look.
43.
Oh, I'm fine.
Oh yeah, no, you're good. That hurt like hell though.
Ah! Ah!
Let's see. The guy that's holding you, okay,
Mm.
did not fire off his crossbow at your head when the flames hit him. All right. So Draken unexpectedly launches a torrent of fire that just engulfs most of the room. The chairs and tables are nearly incinerated. All of the people in the room are reduced to burning husks in an instant. None of them were that powerful. The windows blow out. A section of the wall is gone. The roof is on fire. The ghoul behind the bar is dead. The kegs are ablaze.
Wait, I thought you said we were on the 2nd floor. I got the bar downstairs too?
No, there was a small bar upstairs too.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Got a drink. Damn it.
The entire building is on fire.
Ow! Ow!
Pick up my gold and walk. And it's like, time to go.
Yeah, you're getting dirty looks probably from your party members.
I gotta get out of here.
You hear a lot of commotion from downstairs.
Get me out of here.
I make myself look like the pale gentleman who pulled his hood down.
All right.
I gotta get out of here.
Using the head of disguise.
All right. So, like, the whole building is ablaze right now. Like, it's about to collapse on top of you. You guys need to probably GTFO quickly.
Get me out of
I'm
here.
face stepping out.
All right.
Get me out of here.
GTFOing.
All right.
Hobbling.
I help Nil out.
All right.
My skin is crunchy. Stop.
So you kick open the remainder of the door, and the hallway of the stairwell is clogged with gray cloaked figures coming up. With buckets of water.
Like I said, I've changed my appearance
Mhm.
to the
They're
appearance,
not attacking. They're coming to fight the fire.
and yes, getting out.
All right, you gonna just push past them?
Yes.
Okay. All right. You make your way out. Little worse for the wear. All right.
I think we need to head back to Stapleton.
All
Touch
right.
base with everyone else.
All right. So you guys want to head back to headquarters?
I don't know if they're still following me. I wouldn't blame them if they decide they don't want to. But I am going to, yes.
All right.
Wait, Draken, bring Nil to me. Really quick.
No, never mind. I'm getting out of here. This steak
Nils.
getting into a closed room with you. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out.
Come to
Would you
Sigil.
like to
Meet
be
new
healed?
friends. Catch on
I
fire.
think I got it covered.
Oh, Nil was mad. Draken, Nil was mad.
I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
Oh, this is
So
comedy.
for level 7, I can use. Yeah, I'll use
Let's find
a
them.
thing and heal myself.
All right. The wounds immediately begin to close.
Do I need to roll for that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. All right.
It's a good
It
chunk.
helps some, but not
Yeah.
really much.
You say you
I'm gonna be
see
like,
Nil kind of get a strange focus in her eyes for a moment, and the wounds begin to slowly heal up around her. Not completely, but way better than it was.
Yeah, I'll just cast 3rd level Cure Wounds on myself then.
Okay.
see ya.
Nil, where are you going?
Home?
Back to your home?
Yes.
Okay. So Nil takes off
Alright.
on her own,
See ya.
like the opposite direction you guys are wanting to go.
I'm just like healing myself along the way,
It's
like,
I'm going home. Screw you guys. It's one of those type things.
I gotta get out of here. Of course, I'm not explaining my motivations, I'm just getting out of here.
Yeah. So what are you guys doing? You still going back to headquarters?
Going back to headquarters.
All right.
Yep.
Zippity doo dah, zippity day out. Ow.
All right. So with
Draken,
that,
are you really
oh, go ahead.
Draken, are you really sure that was a smart idea? We may have them after us too, and we may stand trial ourselves.
We are talking about Draken.
There is a thought process. Occurred to me. But perhaps, worst case scenario, and they do arrest me, considering that they attacked Jimmy, having someone on the inside with him might not be the worst idea.
True, but then again, you're guilty. Jimmy's not. And we don't need to bring any more of a bad name to Stapleton Investigative Services, and they may arrest myself and Nil as well.
Leave it to Freya to cut to the thick of it. You're guilty. He's not.
She'll tell it to you straight.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if innocent and guilty means as much here, especially considering what happened.
Time will tell.
We will see.
Well, Jimmy is standing trial. He's not found guilty by the system yet.
All right. So while you guys are walking back and arguing, classic. Let's check in on Colin and Zill.
So are there any good books down in the basement, Zill? Still, I feel like you're holding out on me.
Colin really wants to get down there.
He left for a drink a little while ago, by the way. I don't know if he's back yet.
I'm just assuming Zill is ignoring me as we walk back to the shop.
Zill has the mythical hentai down in the basement that Kong has heard so much about.
The mythical what?
Hentai.
Kong has been made aware of it in the past by Draken, but it remains the stuff of legend.
Oh, whoa, whoa! I am not corrupting children. I will burn a pub full of people, but there is a line. People.
There is a line.
I don't remember Kong being taught about hentai. I remember Kong being taught about senpai.
It was.
I will watch out. I will watch out for Kong. I feel really bad about hurting Freya because they're part of the group. I will watch out for all of them. I feel bad for hurting Freya. Still hasn't quite gotten there yet.
Oh, dang.
Not gonna lie.
All right, so we're making. I'm gonna speak for Zill and say we're making our way back to the investigative offices.
Okay. All right. So let's we'll fast forward just a little bit and allow you guys to basically come together. Of course, Master, no worries. We'll allow you guys to come together at headquarters. Kong and Zill are waiting. Colin pacing around, worrying about what he's missing out on down in the library.
Why is the door locked?
Yes. So, Kong, a slightly singed Draken and Freya walk in. You can still smell slight bits of burnt hair as they enter the room. Kong is actually looking pretty dinged up himself, but strangely ignoring it because of his preoccupation.
You actually walk in to see me hanging from the doorknob to the door that leads down to the basement. Like, hands on it, feet pushing against the door.
Classic.
I just kind of glance over. What happened to you guys?
I burned a bar.
It must be Tuesday. Or whatever days they have here in Sigil. I still haven't learned the calendar very well.
You guys have actually never seen Draken cast Fireball.
No.
Oh.
It was bound to happen eventually.
I just assume that Draken stands around in his room at night, dancing around in his draconian underwear, going, "Fireball, fireball!"
No, he casts fly on himself. He flies around a lot when he's got extra spells.
That's a little more disturbing, and I did not need that image.
He's flying in his underpants.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, other than starting a fire, have we found Jimmy?
Well, Jimmy was found already. The trouble is that Jimmy was taken into a holding cell to await trial. And Draken and I, and Nil, who went off on her own, we were chasing down Jimmy's attackers. He was shot with poison arrows.
Ooh. Is Jimmy dead?
No, Jimmy's alive.
We know that.
I managed to heal him, and then it's assumed that clerics within the holding cell itself were taking care of his poison damage.
Well, I don't know how we can get him out, but I think I found someone who might know. But he doesn't like me very much, and his secretary's a bad person.
Yeah, I caught
Very
that.
nice.
Well, what did you do to make them not like you, Kong?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I walked in. I asked for an appointment. I introduced him to Chucky. She told me to sit down, and she tried to make Kong go down the hole. So I chased her. Tried to lasso her, and I got hit with some zoom light show that hit me in the chest, and it hurt.
Right. Anyways.
Magic missile, aka zoom light show.
Did they know you were associated with Stapleton?
No, I told them that I had a show idea for the new plays they were coming out with. It was called Chucky the Musical. He didn't seem very interested.
Well, all right then.
Do you want to go back and beat him up?
I would like to go back and beat him up. However, I am curious.
There's lots of windows. We can dangle him out of a window.
We don't need to beat him up, Kong. We just need to be cordial. Now, what were you there to ask him about specifically?
One of my urchin friends told me that he was, I wasn't really listening, but he was associated somehow. I need to get a notebook. Jimmy keeps telling me I have to take notes when I talk to people, but it's just so boring.
It is very boring.
I know. Wait, I swear, I hear Jimmy in my head telling me how boring it is.
It's Draken. Changed into Jimmy.
You might want to heed Jimmy's advice. I have no leads, and frankly, I don't know what to ask your contact whatsoever.
Why he killed the Sly Guy. Apparently, Sly Guy did stuff for this Razmataz. Crap, what was his name? Asmodaz.
Would you like Jimmy's voice in your head again?
Nope.
Razmataz is perfect. So as you guys are discussing this, there's a loud, resounding, thumping knock at the door downstairs.
I didn't invite anyone. Draken.
I am going to remove and give certain parts of my inventory to Freya, and then I will go open that door.
All right.
I accept after what happened.
Standing at the door are two slightly familiar twin fencer trolls wearing berets.
Not these guys.
Hey!
Hey! How goes it, Golden God?
Good, I burned a bar. What are you up to?
I thought you might want to invite us in for a quick parley.
Come on in.
They come inside. start making their way up the stairs. Thump, 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 thump. What's going on, cats and kittens?
Well, we're trying to find out who really murdered Slyna and see if we have any leads. We're trying to get Jimmy out of jail.
We come being the bearers of bad news, sweet little sister. Are you prepared for us to lay the digs down on you?
Anything to help at this point, yeah.
Jimmy's dead, sister. He didn't make it in prison.
What?
Yeah, terrible thing, terrible thing. We just got the news. We're gonna write a eulogy and a song and a requiem to be remembered for all time.
So
Can I do an insight check to see if they're lying?
Sure.
This is not my forte. Yeah.
I'd like
Totally.
to make an insight check myself because Freya, is confused and frankly wants them to clarify, so...
Go for it. Go for it. Yeah, that total telling the truth.
Remember, you are both familiar with Jimmy. He was kind of dead already.
Alright, but still.
Are you now upset that I burned them all alive? Or dead? I'm not really sure about that one. He might have been dead to begin with. I don't know.
So yeah,
I'm not upset that you burned them all alive. I'm worried about you, Draken, and your safety.
Speaking of which, can I have the scroll of wish back? I may need it.
Wow.
Of course, I'm not hoarding any of your stuff.
So yeah, we just wanted to drop that heavy load on you. Sorry to tout the bad and bounce, but we got work to do down on the corner, out in the street.
So he's dead presently. He did definitely die in prison.
Yeah. This horrible bitch of a tiefling totally gutted him right in the cell. It was terrible.
What? How? Who?
You wouldn't know her.
Well,
Yeah.
Tell me anyways.
It's Noxana. She's always had quite a bite. Jimmy must have got on her bad side. It's a huge mess. Entrails strung about like garlands at a festival.
Oh, Lord. Oh, God. Oh, gods.
Anyway, we gotta get to it. Just wanted to share the bad news. Take it easy, sweet sister. We'll see you soon. They wave and start making their way out.
Who's gonna pay rent now? I so cannot be responsible for this. But I always did want a place of my own.
Freya just drops on the floor with her face in her hands, and she doesn't know how to take this news.
So, Jimmy is gone. Client, I don't even think it matters anymore. Why are we still here, Freya?
Revenge.
I'm not the revenge sort, Kong. I don't know why we're still here, Drake, and frankly, I'm ready to go return to Evermeet.
No.
They said my job here was not. They said my job here was not done, but
Freya.
what is my job?
Freya. I need you. I can't get revenge without you.
Kong, you know I'm all for
With
revenge.
shiny
Wait,
pants.
I'm on your side.
Okay, so then help me get Freya to get revenge.
Now's not the time.
Why? Do you have a long game planned?
I want to come up with one. With me,
Are-
or come with Freya, and we'll come
we go-
back, and we'll create a plan.
Are we going to find who murdered Jimmy and then take it out on not his kids but his grandkids? That'd be splendid.
No, we're gonna come back and kill them as well. But for the time being,
That got dark quick.
I think
We could murder Jimmy's murderer. And then if he has a family, we can make his family our own. That's good revenge, right?
Real dark, real quick.
you had me
Grand's
at the
best
first
family.
part. You had me at the first part.
I always
I
wanted
agree
brothers
with
and
Freya, though.
sisters.
You two and Jimmy were why I am here. I'm not here for the job. I am here for you three.
At this point,
And I
Freya
agree
has
with
gone-
Freya.
What's
At this
that?
point, Freya has gone full winter aspect, so
Uh-oh.
you just see her in like the absolute like epitome of sorrow right now.
Great.
And as you grieve, you feel a hand on your shoulder.
Oh,
Personal space.
Leave me alone. Who is that?
You
It is not me.
It's a very familiar old friend. The master is looking down at you. Hand on your shoulder.
Sup?
Esther! Esther! Hugging you! I'm gonna invade your personal space. I'm telling you right now, I'm coming in for a hug.
It comes in for like a to bear hug master, just sobbing right now. Because he's winter aspect. He just got beat for a bit.
Can I dex check to evade?
You know what? Due to the situation, they both just critically success, automatic, no roll.
Aw.
I will roll for you.
Well.
I will roll for you with guidance, because I still have it. If you want.
It was a total just bear hug.
That's fair.
Master's going, yeah, okay. Yep.
All right.
That's good. Comfort given.
Freya
Yeah.
just back down onto the floor, still sulking.
So, we have a bit of a reunion going. I assume you guys will probably take a minute to fill the master in with everything that's happened.
Oh, I got an earful.
Been listening for a bit.
Neil was in the talking mood as soon as she got home. Or they got home. Sorry.
I bet. Well, I tell you what, right here, why don't we take our court mandated break?
of course.
Refill your drinks, and when we come back, we're gonna jump over to Jimmy.
Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Best, we will be back momentarily. Stick with us. We're back. All right. All right. So, whew. I believe we said we were going to pick back up with Jimmy back in jail.
Yes.
All right, Jimmy.
Jimmy has an idea.
Okay.
he's given a strong attempt to take Noxana's measure. He thinks that she's young, she's a bit of a hellraiser, she's looking for adventure, and she's very bored because she's in jail. Jimmy turns to Phineas and Morven, who I assume haven't gone anywhere. I assume there's no time skip for Jimmy.
No, they're still all there.
Perfectly. Says, boys, let me tell you how I got here. Not here, he points around at the cell, but here. Big sweeping hand motion. And Jimmy launches into the tale of Stapleton Investigative Services.
Oh.
He does all the voices. He makes big motions. He mimics the monsters they fought. I'm going to give you a performance roll for it. He's acting, so I'm going to use his actor abilities.
Right on. Go for it.
And the whole time, he's going to be like stealthily keeping an eye on Noxana to see if he can kind of get her caught up in the story.
Okay. It is a pretty fantastic story. Roll that fabulous bean footage.
There you are.
The suspense was killing me.
So, Jimmy goes into a complete recalling of the epic tales, starting with the farmer's wife.
The farmer's wife.
All the way on through the entire tale of Stapleton Investigations.
So I'm in this carriage for work, and I'm sitting next to the biggest guy you ever saw. 10 foot tall. And you know what? His name's Jimmy, too.
Jimmy Snapcrack.
Big Jimmy.
Rip. So he goes into the entire story, obviously. It was a formidable performance. By the end of it, she's actually turned and facing you and sitting up, leaning in, like one hand resting on her fist, and paying rapt attention.
Jimmy's like, he's worked his way down to the end of the story. He's had them on the edge of their seat for the fight against the Shadow Drake. He's led them through the melting of their evil foes, a bird god of war, treacherous wizards and witches all. And he says, and then I woke up here. Took a long damn time to find them all again. Well, not Kong. Kong was right here with me, but the rest of them. But we got them back. Back again, the very last of our kind. And, you know, can't say the city's been too good to us, but we're surviving.
I had no idea. So you're from a world that no longer exists.
The best we can tell, it's ash and dust. You can't go back there anymore.
Can't say I've ever done that one.
I wouldn't recommend it. So Jimmy sits back down and he's just kind of commenting to the room, but it's obviously towards the interests of Noxana. He said, be a damn shame if this was the end of us, caught up in the machinations of a brothel and Otachan and the whole lot of them.
Give me a charisma roll there, Jimmy.
Oh, yes, of course. Well, 1 sec.
So with that, Noxana stands up, tucks her file in the back of her belt, looks at you, like pauses, head tilted to the side, momentarily giving you full consideration, and says, Jimmy, let's get out of here. Holds her hand out to you.
Jimmy accepts the hand up. And he says, you know, never seen somebody break out of this place before.
Break out. You're adorable. She pushes the door open and leads you through the opening.
I follow.
As you
I'm not so good in the dark, you know.
Well, as you step through, it's almost as if you're stepping through a silken veil. And everything behind you as you leave just falls away into nothing. And you find yourself standing in an alleyway somewhere in Sigil that you don't recognize.
All right, then. Color me impressed.
Neat trick, huh?
The hell of one, you know.
I get bored and Daddy's really controlling. Look,
I get that. I get that.
look, Jimmy, I like you. You intrigued me. Let's not push it too far, though. I don't think you deserve to be where you're at.
I appreciate that. I don't always get what I deserve. And I really do appreciate it when people go out of their way to make it so.
Listen, I don't know what to tell you about everything you're involved in, but I'm going to give you a piece of advice. Otachan's bad news, but he's an idiot. If you're tangled up with Fall from Grace, watch your step.
Before, I would have said, oh, how bad can it be? But it's been a bit too much going on for that. I'll take your word for it.
Good luck to you, Jimmy. Maybe I'll see you again. She winks at you.
I hope so.
With that, she turns.
Big Jimmy smile.
She walks off.
Jimmy, did they leave his clothes on him?
Yeah, you've got all your stuff. Nobody ever took your stuff off yet.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. The coat that he wears does have a hood, although he's usually wearing the hat instead. He draws the hood up.
All right.
He's gonna head to the end of the alleyway and try and get his bearings in the city.
All right. You're in the hive. You recognize one of the main thoroughfares.
Okay. Can't be that far from home, then.
No, you could navigate your way back.
Jimmy does it, but he doesn't, stroll casually up to the front of his building and then walk in the door. He's going to get to his street, and then he's going to reconnoiter, see who's watching around outside.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
There you go.
All right. As you come within, say, a block of home, peering out from the dusty, alleyways, you look around, and your very well-trained eyes happen to see not one, not two, not three, but 4 different positions of both observation and potential sniping. People set up with crossbows aimed at your building, watching, circling the area, the square you're in right now.
They're staying in motion, you say?
They're perched up high, like peeking out of windows and stuff.
Windows and rooftops?
Yeah, it's a pretty good perception roll. So you picked out about 4 of them. that you can see.
Ah, exciting, exciting. Jimmy has a plan.
Uh-oh.
So, we have the Tongue Brewery, right?
Yep.
And I would expect it to not be too far from home. I mean, if you're going to set up a distillery, why not the Hive?
Yeah, 4 or 5 blocks away. We'll say.
So Jimmy goes to them, and he does the same check outside to make sure they haven't staked out the brewery as well.
Mm-mm. No, breweries. You wouldn't even know it's a brewery from the outside.
All right. Well, I'm going to say that I have a, moderate amount of faith in at least 1 or 2 people working there. Maybe I don't trust the entire, staff of the joint, but there's at least a couple trustworthies on the inside.
Okay.
Jimmy comes in the side door.
All right.
He has the key.
As you approach the door, you feel something grip the back of your trench coat.
Can I whip around, either breaking the grip or shrugging out of the coat, whichever one feels more possible?
It's not a tight grip. It's more like a gentle tug. So yeah,
All right, I whip around anyways because it's surprising.
you whip around, you're face to face with a Modron.
I don't suppose there's much to really distinguish them for as far as Jimmy can tell, but I'm going to assume it's them.
Yeah, it's a good assumption. He looks at you with his typical blank face and says, "Egress is not recommended."
Now, I'm no specialist in these things, but I'm pretty sure that's the one where you're trying to get away, right?
There is a way. There is always a way.
Now, I know we've had our differences in the past, but are you telling me there's something waiting for me inside?
There
Or
are
are you
no
telling me you
differences.
don't want me to leave?
There are no differences, dead man. There is only a way.
Well, I'm dead and you're metal, so who's to say who's more alive? But what's your way?
My way is the way, and the way leads to the shadows. Follow. Yes?
Buddy. I got important considerations right now. I got people waiting for me.
Yes, you do, and that is why you must follow. Yes?
How compelling is them really?
Well, I'm gonna let you make that decision just based on the information given. He's not trying to force anything. He's just stating what he views as fact.
Well, Jimmy has missed most of the interactions with them. All he really knows, apart from what's been reported, is that he's been corrupted by a slod, he's making spell haunts, he's been chasing Nil everywhere. There is no reason on earth that he would be trusting Elim with anything. So I'm gonna say Jimmy does not follow Elim as prompted.
Okay. Elim looks slightly confused. Does Deadman not understand the way?
You got your way. I got mine. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go get very drunk.
This is divergence.
I'm heavily divergent. And then Jimmy makes his way back to the side door.
Yalim reaches out and grabs your trench coat again, not threateningly.
Listen. I know you're all high and mighty. You know, plane of order and all that stuff. But most of the rest of us need reasons to do things. Give me a reason.
We are cogs in the wheel, dead men. Without a single cog, the wheel stops spinning. When the wheel stops spinning, the machine falls to pieces. When the machine falls to pieces, all is lost. We must maintain the order. The way is the means to do this. Your way does not lead into that door. Beyond that door lies divergence.
All right, we're going to try something here. We're going to have the mouth against the machine.
Uh-oh.
Persuasion roll.
All right.
I'm going to attempt my best attempt to persuade a pure logical being that without knowing the particulars of the way, I will resume my own way and resume the operation of my machine, which is in a building a few blocks away and is very much missing me.
Okay.
Here comes your roll.
All right. You're not convinced?
But is he convinced to divulge more information?
In his mind, he's pretty much told you everything. But he won't try to stop you. In fact, he'll follow you.
Jimmy is actually... He's not perfectly okay with this, but this is acceptable. He says, you want to talk? You got something I need to do? It can wait until I get back to my people. Then we can go off on it. So I quietly, clang, clang, clang noises behind me, make my way through the side door.
All right. As you open the door, you can just kind of hear him mumbling. Divergence leads to termination. And he pushes through.
They terminated my account a little while ago.
So you open the door?
I do. Am I immediately killed?
No. No. You open the door, you're into the brewery. Since you went in the side door, this is actually the room with all the vats.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, the smell is overwhelming. There's fumes and alcohol in the air. Give me a perception roll, please.
All right. There you go.
Okay.
They can't all be plus 10s, you know.
All right. Elim picks it up. He kind of tugs on your sleeve again and then points. And you can see that 2 of the vats have been spiked and are actually leaking substantial amounts of liquid out onto the floor. And he looks at you with those big googly eyes and says, divergence leads to termination.
Jimmy looks around quickly to see if there's anybody actually in the building.
You don't see any movement right off the bat.
That's unusual because usually people are manning these vats.
Correct.
Jimmy says, God damn it. There's not even a god around to damn. What is up with this plane? Well, I guess there might be one, but you don't want to talk about her. Jimmy whips a 180 and gets right back outside.
All right.
He says,
right on your heels.
Closes the door, locks the door back, thinks, I paid my insurance on this place, right? Yeah, I'm up on insurance. Shit. He starts speaking to a limb, kind of like he was a rubber ducky and he's working through his plan. He says, God damn it, I was going to have him ship me there in a whiskey barrel.
The way
Get
leads
past
to
the
the
damn
shadows, dead man. The shadows. He's pointing at a sewer grate.
You limb? I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one. Jimmy heads over to it.
All right. He yanks the grate up off of the ground. Ka-chung.
Hang on, guys. I'll get back there eventually. And Jimmy makes his way down.
All right. Yalim follows you, closing the grate behind him. So, with that, let's bounce back over to headquarters, where we have our reunion, sad but bittersweet. What are you guys doing?
Has anyone recommended the name Sad But True?
Sad but true. Sad but true.
Have I met Miss Master?
The master?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Oh, no, you're right. That's
Have you met the master?
it's the other one I haven't met, right?
Yeah, you've met Nil too.
Okay. This is confusing.
Have I met the master?
Mm.
You rode
I
out.
go back.
Really met the master.
You rode
I go
out the
back to the
apocalypse
basement door.
together.
I
Looks
couldn't
up at
remember-
one of the only surviving, 5 people from your home plane of existence. Do I know you?
I couldn't remember if it was Master or Nil. We have so many characters. But yeah, I go back to the basement door.
All right. The basement door is locked.
I know. Needs to be unlocked. There's books down there.
All right.
Books lead to knowledge. Knowledge leads to power. Power leads to more power.
More power. That's the end of that road,
Yep.
Nothing on the other
Yep.
side.
Nope.
So,
Hey, Zill.
Amy is dead, and we were thinking about all leaving.
No. Revenge. Then we leave.
Wait, you believe that?
Kong, what's the point? What's the use? There's no use in revenge. It doesn't accomplish anything at this point.
It makes you feel better.
He
It
was
does.
dead before. What do you?
No, there is no end to my unending sorrow.
I walk over
Um,
and I hand her Chucky. Chucky
He's
makes
always
me
a
feel
comfort
better.
in
Mhm.
trying times.
Sometimes you just need to give him a squeeze.
It won't help.
Try.
I promise you it won't help.
You never know. You can always try. You can't say it won't unless you try. He helps me sleep.
To answer you, apparently, Amy was, filleted.
But you believe that?
Rip.
Why wouldn't we? The beatniks told us.
Poor Jimmy.
But wow.
Poor Jimmy.
Wow. Wow.
Why would the
Wow.
beatniks lie?
Why wouldn't they? This is Sigil.
But
Hello?
there are confidants. Jimmy's made
They've
friends
been-
with them.
They've been very well paid.
Yeah, where's the body?
In prison.
Yeah, I mean, obviously.
And now I don't want to go to prison. I have no reason to.
Let's go to prison.
Told you not to fight.
You know what? I am still okay with that decision.
This court is based all on efficiency and laws and rules. Aren't there laws and rules about getting a body back to the people who care about it to inter it properly?
So,
Aren't there rules?
boom!
Aren't there
The ground
laws?
shakes, the windows blow out, and you guys are immediately knocked almost to your knees as an explosion ripples through somewhere distant but not too far away.
So what you're saying is Rock's fault. Got it. All right.
Yeah, you guys, I mean, this is a big explosion just hit somewhere nearby. Like right in the middle of your conversation.
Why now?
Can I roll to dodge the ground? Ooh.
Well, it's not quite that bad. Yeah. But yeah, there's a big explosion just ripped through somewhere nearby.
Can I get advantage on that dodge roll for the ground because it's prone?
Only if you're dodging Kong's sense of humor.
Oh,
no.
zing.
But doom. Wow.
Actually, if you look in the Memes Madness channel of Discord, that's Kong's humor.
Yeah.
Let's see what this is. Oh. Oh.
Indy.
Oh no.
That's Kong's sense of humor.
Oh.
So yeah, you guys are like, the dust just shook off the shelves. There's little bits falling off the plaster on the walls and ceiling from the ripples from the explosion, wherever it was.
I run over to the nearest window and see if I can like look out it, but in the process I do that whole thing where you push your face against the window and all becomes smashed up.
All right. Kongs, give me an intelligence check.
Oh no.
Now you know myself, my suffering and my pain. Roll a strength save. Who do you think I am?
Yeah. You're immediately fascinated by the image that your breath makes on the frosted glass.
So when I notice the breath on the glass, I take my hand and I make this fist like this, and then I push it against the glass and I use my thumb and I push little dots, 5 of them specifically, and I go, guys, it's my foot. I made my foot. I used my hand.
Masterpiece.
That is awesome.
I know.
I am proud of you, Kong.
Do you think I can sell it for money? That asshole across the street, he's got the art gallery, I bet he'll buy it.
How were you supposed to remove it, though?
God damn it.
I'm sorry. You think on that.
Wow.
All right.
Okay.
I've missed this. Just remember, I may be in a group with you idiots, but I work alone.
Classic.
So, big explosion.
Uh-huh.
Should we figure out what that is, or should we all just get the hell out of here?
Who
We should
says an
really all just
explosion
get
is our
the hell out
business?
of here. There's no point.
Now, Draken, how long have you been you've been in Sigil this whole time? For at least for a while, right?
I assumed I just showed up. Like,
Yeah.
Jimmy sent a message when there was a case, and I just physically showed up then, and then I just disappeared.
Okay.
I was living on the plane of fire. I just would reappear when there like, hey, there's a case. Be like, hey, I'm here. What do you need?
That's true. So yeah, none of you would know.
Where are we gonna go?
Well, actually, Master, give me an intelligence check. You might actually know this.
We will see. Is it not gonna roll in roll 20? Wow, I don't have a character sheet there. That's
Oh, well, yeah, that's a good point.
oh.
Oh.
Ow.
Wow.
Ah.
I have a migraine now.
Yeah,
Oh.
Kong gave you a migraine. You can't think straight.
Man, there is no lifeguard in his gene pool. He's so stupid, and now I'm dumber. Ooh.
No, that's classic,
look-
Master.
I look at Chucky and say, "What's a lifeguard?"
All right, so I tell you what, everybody, give me a perception roll. How about that?
It hurts so badly. Ow, 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 ow,
Ooh.
Everybody that wants to. You don't have to.
ow, ow, ow,
Kong sees all and knows nothing.
ow, ow.
All right.
Ow,
So Kong, Freya,
mhm,
and Master.
ow.
You guys hear something coming from downstairs, like the sound of wood breaking, like something is slamming against a wall or a door or something and starting to break through.
Hmm.
Hmm. Now that sounds like it might be our business.
Do you guys hear that?
Where's that
Well, yeah. I mean,
Zill guy? Where'd he go?
we have
That
ears.
means we have a reason to break into the basement.
Stop.
Okay. You can go break into the basement.
Burn it.
Well, keep in mind downstairs is the first floor.
Ow.
Oh. Okay, so it's not the basement.
Yeah, you guys are on the second
Oh,
floor.
you need to stop.
For shame, church.
What?
For shame. Getting my hopes up just to turn them back down.
What you think
If you
it
have to
was?
evacuate, you have to go tell him. And that might involve breaking into the basement.
Sure.
So you-
Alrighty. I am gonna go see what's going on downstairs.
All right.
I'm gonna stealth.
All right. Let's get your stealth roll with the usual advantage.
Here we
I'm gonna
go.
mope my way down the stairs.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I have a nat 20 in. Oh, not nat, but I have a 20 in dexterity. 20 dex. Let's see that. Let's see that fabulous beam footage. Let's see it.
She rolls a
Oh
1.
yes, it's
Blam.
a 23. The one has been vindicated.
Poof.
Oh yes.
Poof. Is anybody not going downstairs?
And the crowd goes wild. Woo! There's something they can't see. Yes.
Freya will go, not like there's any point anyway.
All right. So everybody goes downstairs. As you round the stairwell to the first floor, the first thing you see is this mechanical hand bust through the floor. And then reach back down and start pushing bits of wood and debris out of the way.
And this came out of the basement?
Came out of the floor.
We're on the first floor. It came out of the basement.
You assume.
Fucking that's my basement! And I, is that hand still hanging out?
Still pushing debris out of the way.
Oh,
What does the hand look like?
It's mechanical.
Like big, like giant. Is this my pal?
Who's your pal?
Trogdor? Liam, I can't pronounce it.
You
Don't
live?
make me say it. Neelam?
You live?
Elim?
YLEM.
I can't say it.
Well, I mean, it might be. It's a mechanical hand.
Ooh, it's my pal. Maybe. Why is he in our basement? Ooh, maybe he's letting me into the basement. Use the door!
Are you looking down?
I shout down that where the hand came from and said, use the door!
All right. As you lean over to shout down, the Modron busts up through the floor, dragging a person with him.
Jimmy's
Is this
like coughing.
At the same time,
And he says they had snipers on the door.
smoke billows out of the hole.
I just have to ask, does he bust through the floor and go, oh yeah?
Oh yeah.
He busts through the floor and goes, logical.
Brings up the whole Family Guy episode.
Yeah.
There's a door. Use the door.
Yeah. He busts through and goes, affirmative.
Or Excelsior would be acceptable.
Excelsior. I'll save that for Mike. Yeah, Jimmy's coughing and gagging a bit. They're both covered in blackened soot, and you can smell the sweet smell of burning alcohol behind them coming up through the floor.
I look at Jimmy. I look at Freya. I look at Jimmy. I look at Freya.
Runs up to, like, Freya is stunned silent for a second, and then she runs up to Jimmy, like, hangs off of his shoulders, sobbing, saying, Jimmy, we thought you were dead!
I'm only a little dead. No more than usual, you know? I was only in jail for like a day.
Just slightly dead.
A lot can happen in a day. There's a group hug.
Everybody comes in, got a big hug, big hug. Jimmy expected him to be worried. He's kind of surprised at this, you know?
I don't
But,
give
you
a
know, it's
hug.
okay.
I'm just saying, I don't give a hug. I mope over and say, I was gonna get revenge.
I told you were dead.
Kong, I'm so proud. Draken, who could even tell you I was dead? I was in Mercy Killer's prison. I'm surprised I'm out.
It's your Rastafarian amigos. With the...
They were in prison too.
Well, they came and showed up, told us you died.
When?
We got sad and we were gonna leave. A little bit ago. After we
I
got
got
home,
out of prison
did
about
something.
30 minutes ago, and when I left, they were still in that cell.
Well, I guess that means one pair of the two beatniks was not the beatniks. This city is an odd place.
You could probably pressure Morvand and Phineas into lying to all of you, but
Or make a more.
I doubt it.
They're not difficult to make.
that sounds a lot more likely to me. I like those guys. I've given them a lot of money. We got a thing going on.
Yeah.
And
we're not the only
also,
ones with
they're-
disguised kids over here.
They're still in Mercy Killer's prison.
Or are they?
I'm gonna say probably. The way I got out, I don't think anybody else was coming today. Also, we are fucked.
As usual.
Yeah, so...
Jimmy, they said that you got eaten by a tiefling in prison.
Tiefling busted me
Yeah.
out.
And they believe that. They...
I would say we're gonna go outside and have a chat with these so-called beatnik trolls, but yeah, there's 4 snipers on the door, bare minimum. That's why I didn't just come in the front.
Oh,
I
you
wanted
saw
to
those,
come
did
in-
Did you? Yeah. Interesting.
Oh yeah,
Why did you put snipers
Oh,
on
yeah.
the door?
I didn't do it.
they're not.
You think I had a
Yeah,
tough enough
hopefully you
time
just got
sneaking
past
in
them.
here with those guys out there?
I was gonna come in through a whiskey barrel. I was gonna have it shipped over from the distillery, and then the fuckers blew that up.
Yes, Kong, the Wickletongue Distillery you are familiar with. Yeah.
Don't touch that place.
No, you guys made a brand of hooch named after Maury.
Oh, real?
Is it the type that makes people hallucinate?
Yeah,
Only the normal way.
but only because it's so good.
I'm glad it was empty. I think they had kicked everybody out first, but goddamn, I'm still mad. That took forever. Anyway, so
Did you pay the insurance?
I'm out of jail.
Did
The
you
Mercy
pay-
Killers aren't going to be happy about that.
Did you pay the insurance?
I paid the insurance. We're paid up on that. We ought to be able to rebuild if they don't kill us.
All right, that's fair. Yeah, I got kind of the earful as soon as Nil got back. Yeah, just wall of fire after wall of fire, and
My day's been interesting. What happened to you? I look at my slightly scorched team.
Apparently Draken happened. I don't know what went down over there, but Nil is just.
So
I don't even know if there's a word for it.
I
Draken cap.
figured out who attacked you.
Oh, good. Who?
Dustman.
Ah,
And then we followed him
Not
to their
good.
place. Well,
that's good still.
news is I got preemptive revenge.
Oh, I really appreciate
Also
that,
made a
you know.
burn. You're welcome. Unfortunately, you are my designated adult. You were supposed to keep me from doing things like throwing fireballs in pubs, and you weren't there. I burned down a place and killed quite a lot of them.
He
Well,
heard
you
us
know.
Also, I also nicked, and I also got Freya. And Nil. Feel bad about Freya.
Yeah.
And-
healing.
Yeah.
I heard.
We'll see Freya.
Master,
Yeah, I
we're
don't-
gonna have to make amends with Nil later, I think.
I don't know how you expect someone to join your team if you can't treat them like they deserve to be treated.
Oh, just got
She's
shot.
not on the team. She's not
No, but you
Stapleton.
have-
You
You
are.
have drafted
You're
contracts. You have.
I'm gonna hug
drafted
you again.
contracts. You
No,
had
get
her.
back. I missed you.
You had her sign things. Don't hug me. You had her sign things. You had her join the team. You had her under contract in your employ. You owe her a due diligence to protect her with an equal level of diligence, and you have not done so. which
I
is
stop and I turn
disappointing.
around
You
and
hurt
look at
her in that
Master,
way.
and I look at Master and say, "Are you new here?"
Am I new here?
Yeah.
You
Since
take
when
more
have
than-
we?
You
Since
take
when have
more
we
than
been
40 points
saved?
of fire damage to someone who is new on your team without any
What?
warning at all.
That was a pretty good. I did do a lot of damage with that fireball. I was quite proud of it.
So as
Jimmy
you guys are
tries-
talking, Draken, you just
I'm
realized
out to, honestly.
Draken, you just realized that the Modron is holding your tail and smelling the. He's smelling your tail.
Hi. What you doing?
It's a weird one.
Jimmy takes the opportunity in the lull of the conversation to try and get things back on track. He says, Master, you're right. Obviously, I was a little indisposed at the time. And you and I both know that, this is a dangerous line of work.
You just see me
Not
looking
as
down
if
at my
Draken-
shoes.
Not as if Draken attacked her, but there was a little collateral damage. And this is covered in the contract. If Nil feels slighted, then she's welcome to come here and we can arbitrate what she feels is right. Everybody's able to bring up complaints straight to me. And you know me, I'm pretty reasonable.
There is so much that you don't know.
You ain't lying. Oh,
Can we
I
just
barely
forget
know
it?
who's trying to kill me.
Can we just forget it, honestly? 'Cause I'm not being convinced to join you on your side that was okay. So.
I don't think it was. But I do think it happened and that amends must be made.
All right. You deal with the wall of fire.
I have. I'm sure you remember the first time we got together on this sort of job. Think we nearly burned down 3 times.
I think this is a different brand of flame.
They're a little fancier. But if Nil's alright, Nil is alright. Right, Master?
Nil's always gonna be alright. I mean, it's,
Glad to hear it. Nil's all right. Maybe Nil should stay home for this one. Honestly.
I raise my
I'm
hand
here.
and say second that.
If I'm here, they're gonna have to.
That's right. Of course, you're taking care.
Yalim lifts up Draken's tail and says, "I can have this."
Can have
No,
what?
that's his.
What are you asking for? Are you asking for my tail? Because I'm quite attached to it.
Wow.
Okay.
Give him one
Wow.
piece of tail.
Wow.
Have you guys been palling around with him? Cause like he helped me bust back in here.
That dude's creepy. I can't stand him. Gives me the willies.
What is
Not
Willies?
so much.
Willies? What is Willies?
It's you creepy little box boy.
What are you asking for? Are you asking for my tail? What are you asking for?
Yes, I shall create new life.
My tail?
No.
Yes.
If he wields a knife, somebody stop him.
You grabbed
We need
anything
that
else?
one,
Tail?
No.
I need my tail. It helps me from falling over.
Hmm.
No.
It's part of the correct order of Draken.
Affirmative.
Thank you for asking. That is greatly appreciated. I
All
pat it
right.
on its little iron head.
Well, he's pretty much as tall as not taller than you are, keep in mind.
I still pat it on its head.
He's a large boy.
Great job.
He's a big old box boy.
All right, concerns in order of lethality. They're trying to kill me. I'm gonna assume that extends to you guys. Sorry.
Hmm.
Guess so. What else?
We do still have a murder case.
It is the
That's
slugs.
pretty important.
Yes?
Hmm.
The slugs?
Is the what?
What?
The slugs.
Them?
He points to the
The
window.
Lodge?
I look out the window.
He's pointing to the perches that you saw earlier.
I stop looking out the window and return to the room, not in view of the window.
The slugs.
They're the ones doing this?
Hmm.
Well, we are doing this. Yes?
You saying that they're the ones... The people?
Slugs.
I got a bit of a look at him there, Lim.
They look like people to you.
Yeah. It seemed to be Slods. I think a Slod might have a hard time working their way around a crossbow.
Slugs.
Saying they work for the slots?
They are slugs.
Our slots.
Jimmy takes a moment to connect pieces in his mind, and he recalls from the conversation with Fall from Grace that the Slods kind of infect people to create more Slod.
At least that's what happened
Says, have
to
they
Yalim.
been made? Yes. He says, have they been made Slods?
Are slugs.
So those are slots.
Death slugs.
Or death slots. Can I make a check to see if any of that makes sense to me?
Yeah, we'll go with nature.
That's not gonna end well, probably. I do have a bonus in that.
Oh, yeah. You're not like an expert on slod ecology, but you do know they're shape changers. The death slods in particular actually have the ability to polymorph.
Guys,
Which might
So-
explain some things.
apparently the slots change their shape, and they can look like other things. So that might have actually been the beatniks who came in. Might have been sloths. Also, he very well could be the creatures outside right now. Just throwing that out there. We might be facing sloths. I appreciate you telling us the truth and warning us. Why are you warning us?
Truth?
How do we know you're not a slod?
There's only the way.
Definitely not a slod.
Well, that would make sense if what Jimmy said is true and the beatniks are still actually in prison when he left 30 minutes ago.
Ooh, I'm having ideas.
Oh no. Back
I'm
up.
keeping that in mind. We'll come back to that idea later. We'll come back to that later. All right.
Jimmy
Can we stay in here?
contemplates.
Get out. I mean, in theory, I could start blasting again, but that I don't know if that'll go over good. I think that's been voted down at the moment.
It gets to be a worse idea the closer you get to home.
So, Yalim crosses his hands across his cuboid chest, looks at you guys all quizzically, and starts tapping his foot.
I look at them and
Impatiently.
I say, "Oh, that's right. The last thing on the list was, you had something you wanted me to do. What was that, Elim?"
He points at the hole you guys came up through and says, "The way."
There's books down there. Were they anything good?
No books. Sewer.
Only sewers.
You want us
What?
to go in the sewers?
It is a linear
way.
path, golden thing.
Ah.
That's probably the best way out of here, honestly.
I mean, that's how we got out of, Cairn.
Wouldn't be the first time. Alright, sewers we go.
One sec, I gotta deliver the warning. I walk over to the stairs down to the basement. I go and bang on the door until Zill answers.
Can we see the basement through the hole?
You hear him at the other side of the door. What?
Buddy, I'm on the lam from prison. There's assassins across the street and there's sloths in disguise.
You go on, I'll catch up. Rinse due next month.
Stay safe down here. I'm gonna leave you a few hundred gold for the floor, alright?
The floor?
See you later.
Didn't answer quick enough!
Alright, so is everyone going down the hole?
Yes, and I do actually leave by, he's got probably a desk or something in the main room. I leave 200 gold.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm following now.
Alright.
Hello.
Yep.
Alright. So you make your way down the short drop into the underground. Now, with the exception of probably Colin, you guys really haven't been down to this level. What's your question?
Natural explorer. I'm familiar with the natural environment and adept at traveling. We listed that as the Underdark. Does this count?
Well, no, the Underdark specific.
Okay.
This
I'm trying
is
to go with
this is a unique situation. Being in
This is
Sigil.
under and this is dark, but it's not the Underdark.
Yeah.
so close. Dry.
Now, when I say sewers within Sigil, it's not your traditional pipes with water and various waste materials. This is an intricate labyrinth filled with a vibrant ecosystem of every creature, race, and manner of living you can think of. It's just like Sigil above, just not above. So you've just stepped into a whole nother part of the city, basically. There just happens to be a lot of water and smelly sections. So Yulim's just straight clanking on. Clank, 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 clank. He's just trucking.
Jimmy has his trusty hooded lantern.
Okay. Alright, is everyone following?
Yeah, I got
Oh, of
nothing better
course.
to do.
I'm
Okay.
fine. I'm
Yeah.
in front of him, hopefully.
Okay.
Or wherever I wouldn't be affected by the hooded lantern that he's shining at the...
Okay. Yeah, you can hide well enough from it.
Yeah, my dark vision, I don't know if it's gonna be upset by him, like,
Well,
shining
it's
a
a-
flashlight.
It's a hooded lantern, so it's an omnidirectional point of focus, more or less.
Right.
It's 30 foot bright, 30 foot dim.
Yeah.
Can I get behind Draken?
And-
What's he doing?
Well, your marching orders up to you guys, for sure.
Yeah, and
wanna
if
get
you say
behind-
something to Jimmy, he might be able to do something about it for you.
I'm not gonna bother you about it. I mean, I know you're a human. You gotta be able to see.
It's one of those things, you know.
Eh,
But yeah, you're more than welcome to get behind me. I won't stop you if you wanted to.
Alright. So you guys are making your way through. Yulim leads you through these winding passages and tunnels and alleyways. He even goes through a few doors here and there. Almost it seems like he's cutting through buildings. He seems to know exactly where he's going. You travel on, and the further you go, the less dense the populace becomes, and it begins to kind of petter out, and almost like you're getting to the edges of settled space down here. You start to see less and less and fewer people around. And in the distance, you guys, over the crest of a ridge, you see what appears to be a huge pile of just junk, trash in the distance, and it looks like that's where he's headed.
Home sweet home.
It's all right. So he leads you there. He makes his way through the piles of rubbish to what you assume is kind of a center point within, where he stops and turns around and looks at each of you and kind of pokes Jimmy in the ribs.
Hey, that's still tender.
Fleshy. Must rest.
Less than you'd think, but it is a pretty good idea for him.
Eat.
What you got?
He holds his hands out. They're empty. He looks confused by your question.
Anybody bring their full kit?
Of course, though. I have my full kit. Let's just see if I actually carry food, though. I do. I have enough food for everyone.
All right. So you guys gonna eat?
Sounds like a good time.
All right.
Yeah,
Yep.
we'll stop,
Mhm.
break bread, short rest.
All right. So Yulim watches you guys intently, almost fascinated.
While we have him there, sort of as everybody, goes through a ration and Jimmy, he has a little bit, he actually says to him, "Hey, bud, you know anything about automata?"
Specify.
Very finely made automata. Lifelike, with a mechanical heart.
Like Yulim.
like you. I think she was probably a little prettier, though. No offense.
Don't understand.
Come now. I know you were around the brothel for slaking intellectual lusts, at least back in the day. You probably met Delora.
Hmm. No.
Can I insight check you, Lim?
If you like.
There you are.
Hmm. Something's off. Something's definitely off.
Yes. Jimmy continues on kind of playing along with this statement because he is a machine.
Alright.
Yeah, he says, well, that's a damn shame. She was an impressive piece of work. Very impressive piece of work. You never seen Gears so fine.
Gears?
You're so fine that blow your mind. Hey, Mickey.
Yeah, gears and crankshafts and pistons. Jimmy's trying to bait him into correcting him because he knows there weren't gears and crankshafts and pistons.
He looks actually kind of confused.
Now, if you're looking for an example of order, there's a well-ordered machine and a well-ordered mind to put her together.
Let's see here. Huh. His eyes widen just a bit. He holds up one finger and says, "Wait," and trucks off into the garbage pile.
If I may, all of my social skills and emotional connections with the team have conspicuously and suddenly gone to ground. I'm
Okay.
just sitting over there by myself, eating one of the rations that I took from you, even though I have rations in my inventory, and I'm watching all of you with like a weird expression.
Freya's still sitting there sulking because she's still winter aspect.
I've been winter this entire time, but I guess that's nothing new for me.
Sounds about right.
No, Freya's usually autumn aspect, and it takes a lot of energy to change between one and the other.
Interesting. If I have a...
right now.
How quickly does Lim return? Do I have a couple minutes to maybe talk to the team?
He's not back yet.
Alright. Well, Jimmy's been kind of focused on trying to get something out of Lim, but he notices that his people are somewhat distraught.
Yes. Yeah, there does seem to be some distraughtness.
Yeah. Looks back.
Yeah, this is no, that's not what. Come sit down next to me. No, that's no, but then this is a
Master's gonna be a tougher nut to crack. He starts with Freya.
No, I wonder. No.
So Jimmy comes over and he sits down by you while waiting for Lim to return.
Nice.
Says, hey, it's all right. You know, I'm not any more dead than ever.
I know
Not
you're
this
not.
time.
We just legitimately thought that you were gone. It's just going to take a fair bit of energy and a period of rest
You thought.
before I get my enough energy to feel better emotionally.
That's all right. That's all right. Just remember, I'm larger than life. Might be larger than death, too.
It'll just take a minute, Jimmy. That's all.
It's okay. We're going to take a little time. We might not make it back topside for a minute or two. It's a little hot right now. Right, he is assured that Frey is recovering now. On to Master. Oh, the rolls. They are many. Am I interrupted?
No, Master. You hear multiple footsteps closing in around you, encircling you.
I gotta get out of here. Where's the nearest shadow? Can I get out of here? Can I run? Can I hide? What can I do?
It's kind of in an open space right now. But you're the only one that hears this.
Can I stealth?
Yeah, if you like.
Do I see Master freak out and vanish?
Give me a perception roll. Let's see.
Disadvantaged, right? Because of the hood?
Well,
I was looking right at you.
well, this is a perception roll to see if you vanished.
No, if that's good enough.
Yeah, no, this is a perception roll to see if he notices that you're missing.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
he notices that you're not, at least in eyesight, which isn't uncommon for you, but still.
Good.
Huh. Do I perceive footsteps by chance?
No, you don't hear anything. You just notice the master is not there.
One second, I'm gonna make myself a little roll here.
Okay.
Alright, keep me honest. I'm gonna say beat a 12.
Okay. There you go.
Jimmy draws a sword.
Okay. All right. So Jimmy draws the sword.
Look alive, we're down, Master.
All right.
Since I'm still there, I'm drawing my short swords.
All right. So Jimmy draws a sword. The master disappears. Sword's drawn, unbeknownst to the rest of you. As Jimmy stands up, sword out, looking around, you suddenly notice a number of very large frog-like humanoids come over the ridges surrounding you. Among them is Ylem, holding a small bag in one hand. You are surrounded.
Surrounded by the slod. Can I propose we resolve it in the next episode?
If you like, we can leave it on a cliffhanger.
Like
It's a good cliffhanger, and I feel like combat with 6 death slod. It's
not
more
gonna
than
be
a 6
quick.
minute affair.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna be quick and it's almost midnight.
That's all good. I think the cliffhanger lead off is becoming a trend with this session. So last time you had the crossbows aimed at you in the pub. This time we've surrounded by the slod.
That's what you call good pacing.
Yeah.
Very much. So yes, we will leave it here and return once again in a few weeks with the continuation of Sigil Confidential.
Very cool.
So thank you all for joining us, and we'll see you soon.